Your Excellency, Dr. Gideon Timon, Minister of Foreign Affairs from the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, and indeed all Ministers of Foreign Affairs present, Your Excellency, Ambassador Josepha Sako, the African Union Commissioner for Agriculture, Rural Development and Blue Economies, representatives of the African Union institutions, representatives of the regional economic communities, development partners present, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, and I would like to welcome all of you to Uganda, the Pearl of Africa. Allow me, ladies and gentlemen, to first of all thank you for inviting me to take part in this very important meeting. I wish also to thank the African Union Commission for honoring Uganda with the privilege of hosting this extraordinary summit on Caadp here in this beautiful city of Kampala. I find this meeting crucial because it is focusing on the development of a sector that we all identify with, i.e., agriculture. Here in Uganda, wealth and jobs are in the four sectors of commercial agriculture, industry and manufacturing, services and ICT. And I'm sure it is the case in many of the countries that we come from. Therefore, generally speaking, agriculture is the backbone of most, if not all, economies on the African continent, providing first-line employment to our people at various levels of the agricultural value chain, feeding into our nascent industrial sector and contributing significantly to our domestic economies. However, you are also aware that the sector remains largely underdeveloped on the account of a number of factors which our heads of state and government sought to address through the previous Caadp frameworks. I believe we are all gathered here again today because we recognize the need to continuously evolve strategies to address the bottlenecks to the agricultural sector as well as the other dependent sectors. Allow me to briefly highlight some of these bottlenecks. Firstly, low public sector investment by member countries in the development of the agricultural sector. Second, limited adoption of use of new agricultural mechanization technologies. In addition, over-reliance on nature amidst climate change conditions. Scarcity and high costs of quality agricultural inputs like fertilizers, seed, and breeding stock. Limited involvement of the youth and underutilization of land. Inadequate supportive infrastructure like energy, roads, skilled labor, markets, cold chain facilities, etc. And limited intra-Africa trade in agricultural products and slow pace of value addition or agro-processing. I am sure you all acknowledge these bottlenecks, and as we convene here, I hope this and more have been contained in your agenda. I am also hopeful that the resultant Kampala Caadp Declaration will tackle these issues holistically. Finally, I wish to also note that agriculture should not be looked at in isolation because complementarity is key. Without energy, for instance, value addition will be affected, and without appropriate transport infrastructure, market access will be limited, etc. I therefore hope that you discuss this new Caadp strategy and action plan 2026-2035. You will consider following a value chain-based approach. As I conclude, I would like to challenge all of you to look into addressing the persistent import bill for food on the continent, reported to be about $100 billion. It is something that sends a very negative image on our continent. We still have capacity to produce, even with limited adoption of catalysts like irrigation, fertilizers, etc., because we still have underutilized land and our weather patterns are relatively good. Let us therefore, through this Caadp framework, aim to reverse this undesirable scenario. I once again welcome you to Uganda and further call upon you all to ensure that the resolutions of this meeting are implemented to the latter. I am informed that the fourth biannual review of the Malabo Caadp indicated some deficiencies in the realization of the targets, mainly on the account of implementation. I wish you all fruitful deliberations, and I invite you to take out some time to enjoy Uganda on the sidelines after the summit. It is now my singular honor and privilege to declare this joint meeting of Ministers of Agriculture and Ministers of Foreign Affairs officially open, and I thank you all for your kind attention.
Thank you so much, Excellency Vice President, for the remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, Excellencies, now it's the time for group photo and health break. Kindly, the group photo shall be led by Excellency Vice President of Uganda and the entire high table, head of delegation, His Excellency Haile Mariam Desalegn, former Prime Minister of Ethiopia, whilst all of us remain seated to allow them comfortable time to exit. Thereafter, all distinguished excellencies and guests, we can follow and have a health break. And after 20 minutes, we should resume the meeting for a closed session. Like yesterday, only those allowed to participate in the closed session will be expected back in the room. I thank you, Excellencies.
Republic of Uganda, retired Major Jessica Alupo has officially opened day 2 of the